What exactly makes a management course so versatile?
Definitely the confidence and perspective.
What is the mistake students generally make while choosing a management course?
We do have our collaborations with Chiba University of Commerce, Japan,
Yes.
and Inti International University, Malaysia. From our university, around 70 plus students.
Multiple students
Yeah,
have been,
multiple
yes.
students, they have been to all these exchange programs and study tour programs.
We go as a tourist and then the student go in
Yes.
such early age. There's so much to learn. And today, a lot of students and parents in general just think management, they are limiting it just till MBA. But it's more than that.
The biggest mistake is the student go for the trend rather than self-assessment. I'm very sure the future managers will be able to cope up with both the things and excel in whatever they do in any part of the world they go. They can be entrepreneurs if they are risk takers.
Definitely.
If they have the skill of in-depth analysis, they can go into fintech areas, fintech jobs.
Correct. Welcome to the podcast, ma'am. Really excited to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you, Harsh.
Ma'am, because management as a course is going by decades in India and in general in the country as well. Before getting into the management as a course, I would like to know more about you, about how did you decide to get into academics, leadership, and your journey.
So honestly speaking, there was nothing planned as such for me, whether would I end up into academics or not. But I was very much passionate about learning people, ideas, and entering into academics became a very natural extension out of this curiosity. So over time, the roles changed from being a classroom teacher to a mentor to leadership roles. So my journey had been evolving, and but my constant desire for contributing to meaningful education remains.
Ma'am, you've also been linked with student exchange program, international with the international students as well from the country like Japan and Malaysia. According to your experience, what do you see a change in the students after going through of just being in an international school, meeting new children? Is there a change that you see in the students?
Definitely. So we do have our collaborations with Chiba University of Commerce, Japan,
Yes.
and Inti International University, Malaysia, and from our university, around 70 plus students.
Multiple students
Yeah,
have been,
multiple
yes.
students, they have been to all these exchange programs and study tour programs.
Right.
So the change I feel in the students is definitely the confidence and perspective. When they go there, they gain a lot of international exposure. They work in diverse environments.
The culture is diversely different from what we are
Absolutely.
going through, and then that's also very enriching if we go as a tourist and then the student go in
Yes.
such early age. There's so much to learn.
There is, and they try to solve several problems which they
Yes.
come across there. They meet various students. So they eventually become very independent, adaptable, and the best part is that they try to see what are the possibilities for themselves,
Right.
and they change their perspectives for themselves also.
Honestly, that's a really great initiative from by SBSU, because having
Yes.
thought of that, giving students such diverse exposure at such early age is it's going to change dynamically of how they look and they think of the world.
Correct.
In general.
Absolutely.
And today, a lot of students and parents in general just think management, they are limiting it just till MBA. But it's more than that. What all things a management course is giving them today? I mean, the amount of exposure in general, as per, but also what all diversified field a management course is opening for the students in general.
So management education per se is not limited up to management, but
Yes.
we are preparing the students for various leadership roles.
Right.
And the leadership roles, they go across various industries. can be in the area of analytics, can be in
Correct.
the area of healthcare or infrastructure or
Technology.
technology. So, uh, what stays is the leadership qualities. We prepare the students to have those qualities. So, we are not limiting them to a particular career, but it's more of the transferable skills which we are giving to them,
Right.
and they can digress from one career to another career very smoothly, and they can transition very easily.
Yes. But what exactly makes a management course so versatile? If we can get a little deep into it, because the students, those who are about to choose management as their career, so what exactly is we are adding up in general? And I'm talking about especially because the course is diversified different from the other management course
Yes.
that's out there.
When we talk
Yeah.
versatile, the importance of management, it's more because of the requirement of managers in all the industries.
Right.
So, there are various corporates, people now, even students going for entrepreneurship.
Right.
So, it's how do they manage people, how do they manage resources, strategize. So, that is very important in management education.
Mm-hmm.
Not to learn only the management concepts or the curriculum which we provide them, but it's beyond the classroom which we are preparing them for,
Right.
and it does not limit them into one type of industry, but rather they can move on to various careers, and eventually they can end up into being an entrepreneur, have their startup.
Right.
So that is what we add value to their skills.
So HR in a certain company can easily be an HR in a different, altogether different technology as
Absolutely.
well, so that they have, the base is so strong, so that even if they have to jump onto a new industry, it's much easier for them.
Absolutely, yes.
And from your experience, what is the mistake students generally make while choosing a management course in as such? Because there are multiple diversification in
Right.
management course
Mhm.
itself. So according to you, have you like noticed any mistake that students just certainly choose, and then they realize after a 6 months of choosing it, or maybe a year?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. We have felt it, and the biggest mistake is the student go for the trends
Trends, right?
rather
Correct.
than self-assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Because while going in for selection of specializations or any elective, what students look for is what's popular, what is required, but then rather than they do not look deep into their own interests, their own aptitude. So I think that match needs to be created when you're going in for the specialization, that this is my aptitude, this is my interest,
Hmm.
and then industry relevance is also required.
Right.
So that's one mistake. Another mistake is students just look for placements, but they should also look in for the learning opportunities, the global exposure, the skill development, what our university is providing and
Right.
focusing on. So rather than limiting themselves to one area, they can explore their opportunities in multiple
Mm-hmm.
facets and areas.
Yeah, the focus is usually more upon what my friend is doing rather what I really have to
Absolutely.
do.
So popularity, yes,
Yes.
definitely.
One thing that SPSU stands out particularly is that our BBA course here is not a generic degree in itself, because
ACCA, we
we have
have,
major
yes.
collaborations with ACCA,
Hmm.
business analytics, SaaS, digital marketing, marketing management with
Yes,
JK,
yes.
and many other things. So why is this approach so important?
So we felt that industries nowadays they are looking in for more of specialist
Hmm.
rather than generalist. So with this approach, we thought, why not to make students learn and be skilled into a specific area, and therein they can align their interest as well. And right at the undergraduate level, they can know that they can have that skill and they can be placed, and they would be better employable.
Right.
So with that thought, we tried to offer so many specializations in our BBA program.
Because in generally digital marketing and the fintech courses in
Yes,
general, there is a sudden boom in such courses because the market is such.
absolutely, yes.
And are we providing such courses to students or not? Because they need to be specialized in not just one course rather than be specialized in dual courses. While learning a BBA course, you are learning about the leadership as well, plus
Yes,
you're learning about the
areas.
diversification as well.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So it's like knowing your interests right away,
Right.
before going into the job market, and before maybe some students opt for higher studies, so they then realize that this is my potential, and they can accordingly pursue either higher studies, or maybe they can go in for a job. But
Mm-hmm.
this is how the exploration begins.
Right.
Yes.
Also, ma'am, there is a sudden change in how people are teaching and the courses are being taught. Is basically it's getting more towards the practical skills rather than just sitting in the class and going on for the classes and again, and just one tutor comes, one teacher, professor comes, and then they teach.
Yes.
How are we at SPSU is taking over that?
So we are following a hands-on approach
Okay.
to whatever we are offering in the curriculum. It's not just through classroom learning, but rather we go in for experiential learning, live projects, interaction with industry mentors, some projects which students pursue, community-based projects students pursue.
Right.
So this is how we try to bring about some newness into our pedagogy, and it helps the students in having better exposure towards industry, rather than sticking themselves to the classrooms.
I've heard most of the course is like more than 40% of the course is like a practical course rather than.
Yes, we absolutely work on it.
Yes.
And it's more by, like, say, industry talks,
Right.
or if a student gets a chance to attend a guest lecture or a conclave, to be a part of seminars, they can definitely go and explore it, learn, and come back with a more better approach, industry oriented approach, rather
Right.
than a classroom teaching approach.
And I'm sure, ma'am, this is what I've heard. I'm going a little off track. Is most of the clubs in SPSU and lot of these activities are being organized by students themselves for the other students and themselves as well.
Yes.
So they are doing most of the heavy lifting as like they are doing it on their own. They're doing on a lot of internships as well.
Absolutely.
There's a whole lot of exposure there as well.
Correct. So, like I said, that we are preparing them for leadership roles.
Yes.
So, starting here with,
So this is the right,
yes, this is
right
the time.
step. Yes.
Absolutely. So they organize everything. They are the the thinkers, the creators of these events, and this is how the skills are developed.
Right.
And that's the reason the students excel once they are into the workplace. They showcase all these skills, and so we here at SPSU try to develop all these skills through these clubs,
Right.
through events and fest.
Ma'am, we've talked about this, but in general, if we're talking about the labs at SPSU, how, because I know we have the courses here at SPSU is much different than what is offered in the market at other universities.
Right.
I'm just talking about management over here.
Yes.
How much does the infrastructure and the classes adds a lot so that it makes a totally different experience for a student if they are doing a management course from SPSU?
See, the limiting ourselves to the classrooms is not just lecture mode.
Correct.
But even
Yes.
in the classrooms, we are very well equipped with the latest infrastructure, the technology. So we use digital boards. We use there are various ways by which by means of, say, a video or
BYOD labs.
yes, BYOD labs. All these are there. So giving them exposure to technology at the same time while they are into classes. So that makes it very different. The
Right.
classes are more engaging, and the students' learning becomes very, very smooth and seamless.
I'm coming to the technology, AI and the technology. There is a sudden boom in from like last half a decade ago.
Yes.
There's a sudden boom in technology and AI. How are we at SPSU is taking up that challenge and you know eh, including it in our curriculum so that the HRs and the marketing reps or the management reps that we have at here, how are we looking at that and including it in our curriculum?
Yes. AI is more helpful to the managers in handling the data.
Yes.
And basically, the managers do have to take decisions using that data. They
Right.
have to strategize, they have to lead the organizations. So we need to prepare the managers, how to use these AI tools. So at SPSU, our curriculum, what we have done is we have integrated these tools, digital decision making, AI tools, all this, even analytics, all this as a part of our curriculum, what we are offering as various courses.
Right.
We are trying to develop their skills into the area of AI, so that once this, these future managers, when they join the organizations, they would be, they would excel more, and they would be very comfortable knowing all the skills which are required there.
And do you think moving onwards with the help of AI, a lot of these clerical jobs will reduce, and a lot of it will be like how a team of five were doing the same job. Now a team of two might be able to do that with the help of AI. Is it something that we are going forward to that, or it's happening right now as we are speaking?
So definitely you are correct that we are going to go away with the mundane
Mundane
jobs.
jobs, yes.
Yeah, the routine jobs, because that is what AI can do quickly in, in a snap of finger. But what stays, I think, is the decision making,
Right.
the thought of ethical judgment,
Hmm.
strategizing,
Hmm.
communications, teamwork. All these are the, uh, you know the skills which are going to still stay with the managers. And so definitely AI is going to be a facilitator, but not to replace the managers.
Totally. So the
Yes.
leadership qualities, because they are known with the prompting of how to control AI, of such
Yes.
controlling the data, but they are aware about that. So they are technologically savvy.
Correct.
They have leadership qualities, and the emotion as such as a human. So that really
Absolutely.
adds a lot of there. So they are
Absolutely.
fully equipped in that way.
Absolutely. I think emotional intelligence is something which is very much required by the managers, and AI cannot replace that in any ways.
I'm looking at next 5 years, let's say a decade. How are we seeing the management changing? Because in the world is so drastic. Every year there's a lot of change in
Yes.
terms of how the companies are performing. Sometimes a company is sacking 10,000 employees in here. So how are we equipping the students, and the culture is going to change? How are we equipping them with that?
So, like I said, we are preparing these future managers to be very much tech savvy.
Yes,
How
that's
they
there.
can cope up with the changes in AI, what is going on in the market. Uh, Looking into future, I think these managers, they are going to be very much tech enabled, and also they will have a lot of global understanding, global awareness of the workplaces. So both these things we are focusing at SPSU, and I'm very sure the future managers will be able to cope up with both the things and excel in whatever they do, in any part of the world they go.
And for the students who are a little confused about what they want to do, and if they are watching this episode,
Mhm.
and if they choose to join management, what are the opportunities that are waiting for them in next couple of years?
So I feel with the management education, students can definitely look in for, when they align themselves with the technology,
Right.
the changing, evolving technology.
Mm-hmm.
So they can look in for jobs in the area of analytics, in the area of digital
Digital
marketing,
marketing.
yes, and sustainability. So all these are evolving areas, I think, and students can definitely look in for their careers into these areas, but not to limit themselves to these, because they
Hmm.
can be entrepreneurs if they are risk
Yes,
takers,
definitely.
right? If they are, if they have the skill of in-depth analysis, they can go into fintech areas, fintech jobs.
Correct.
It depends eventually on the student's aptitude,
Mm-hmm.
interest, and how they align it with the jobs.
Sometimes a course, even if you don't want to, is not in your area and you select it just adds up a lot in your curriculum as such. It might give you a direction of that, you give you a clarity of such
Yes.
that this is the way that I want to follow.
Definitely, sometimes it happens. We have seen students changing their specializations,
Hmm.
changing their thoughts, because till you read them, till you study it and experience it, you are unable to say what that area is and what aligns with your interest. So that happens very often. Yes.
When a management student leaves SPSU, they got graduated or
Yes.
they complete their post graduation from here. What is that one quality, according to you, that they leave with, or in a mindset, or maybe it can be a human quality that that imbibes, they take them away with them.
So I think it should be the growth mindset.
Yes.
Students should understand they have to go keep on learning,
Hmm.
uh, keep on innovating, keep their ethical judgment, thought process ready,
Right.
lead with integrity. Uh, so add value to the organizations in the way which really makes them successful,
Hmm.
and keep on learning. So I
Yeah.
think that's very important trait.
Thank you so much for such an insightful podcast. And I think so we've just touched the tip of the iceberg with this podcast, and there's more to learn from you and for the next podcast as well. Thank you so much for such a nice
Thank you,
and
Harsh.
insightful podcast, man. Thank you
Thank you
so
very much,
much.
Harsh.